Willa. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, anti-society. How are we? For those in the replay. I'll wait for people to come into the actual live. I am unmotivated today, so might as well watch some Bleach. Hello. Dev Devere? I won't say that right, and I apologize, but hello. I am excited to see more of Ishida's fight because we saw him like briefly with his fight against his not Espada um and him kind of like using some cool powers. We saw where he could like control his arrows, which was really cool of like he not only like could he just like shoot them with like a lot of accuracy, but he could like manipulate their path even after he shot them and stuff. But he was in a little bit of a tight spot last time we saw him because the girl he was fighting is actually pretty good at the whole fighting thing. So I'm excited to kind of see where he's at. We're gonna see Pesce, yeah, coming back again. Because he like chose the path that led to Ishida when they were looking for Nell. Curious to see more of the like other conflicts that are happening. Like we definitely have like something going on with Sado. I don't know what's gonna happen with Arenji, like if he's gonna when he's gonna encounter some kind of fight. We of course have Rukia, Rukia, which we saw in the last couple of episodes. I don't know how much of that we're gonna see. Like obviously the fight isn't over yet. We just kind of seen like the true form of the Espada she's fighting. So it'll be interesting to kind of see how her fight's going. Yeah, that the Arrancar that Ishida is fighting against has the yo-yo, which is like a weird choice of a weapon, but also like she has kind of like a playful design to her anyway and kind of a more like playful attitude, so I guess it kind of fits with the character. I don't know, maybe I'm coming off the like high of seeing uh Eren Eru. That's the name of the espada that Ricky is fighting against, who has like the cool like Triton thing going on with the water powers. I didn't want to like his power because I kind of don't like him as a character, but his power was really cool. Some nice fights. I don't even know. I'm nervous. Yeah, Killua fights with yo-yos. He does. I love Killua. He's my favorite character from Hunter x Hunter. It's a cool like I don't know, it's like an interesting choice given the weapons because the weapons we usually see are like more conventional, like they're like, you know, like Zanpakutos tend to be like swords or spears, or they're like they have like two blades or whatever. They don't tend to be like they don't tend to deviate outside of like what is like normally seen as a weapon. So interesting to kind of see a character that has a weapon that falls outside of that. Yes, the water powers are Kaiens. I know that. They're really cool though, because we saw with his like clan or like family that he's from that they all have like elemental powers and stuff. Like his sister has fire, and then Ganju has like earth, I guess, because he can like turn things into sand and stuff. Like if he can do some cool stuff with that. So I like his power. It looks cool, and I'm mad that he has a cool looking power. It's how I felt about Byakuya, because I was like, I don't want to like you, but your power is very pretty, and I like it. Is it a French name? The Eren Eru? Ere name? I'm assuming it's Spanish, fitting with the Spanish theme of Arrancars and Espada in general, but it doesn't look French to me as someone who knows French, but I'm also like I don't know European French, so maybe it's European French. There's like more of a Spanish influence, or like even just other European languages that influence it, as opposed to like Canada, where it's really just English that influences the French here. I don't know. You'll have to ask one of the French people on the channel. I am excited to see Ishida again, though. I really like Ishida's power too. I think I've always really liked his power. Something about archery. I just think archery is cool. I feel like since I cannot do it, I've tried archery. I do not have the depth perception to be good at archery. So, I mean, maybe if I practiced a lot, I'd be good at it too. Or if I could like control arrows with my magical powers like he can. But I like I just can't do it. So whenever people have like archery powers, I'm like, that's cool. Yeah, oh, I hope that I'm kind of like, okay, part of me wants to see Setos fight because like I want to see him do something cool, and I feel like we really haven't seen the like extent of his powers yet because it really just seems like there's such a limited I know we've seen such a limited extent to how his powers can be used. So I want to see like him kind of develop more into his abilities and his powers, but at the same time, I don't want to see the fight because if somebody hurts him, I'm going to get really, really upset. So part of me wants to see the fight to see him like if he really annihilates the person he's fighting, then I want to see it. But I assume that's not what it's going to be like because we're kind of in the thick of like fighting against like the more powerful people as opposed to like the last arc where we were kind of fighting like smaller, I know, less powerful uh adversaries as opposed to like this arc. What fight am I most invested in right now that's going on? Definitely Rukia's. Because there's like the emotional baggage to that fight. And also like she's the only one fighting in a Espada. So it's like a little bit higher stakes. Um so I don't really know. I guess like if other the other fights had like a little bit more of like an emotional connection to them besides just like wanting to survive and like wanting to help their friends and stuff like that. Whereas like Urukia's like has a bunch of emotional backstory to it. So I'm a little more invested in that one because I feel like it's like more of a character moment. Like it's more important to her character development, her conflict, as opposed to some of the other ones where it's more like I guess it's still evolving character, but not I don't feel like quite to the same extent. Hello, Oscar. Oh, ramen. I always want ramen. It's like a little too early for me to be eating something like ramen, but maybe after I'm done the live stream, I'll make some ramen. My favorite Espada design? I feel like that's not fair because I haven't met them all yet. Like I kind of briefly saw them in the like when they had like the meeting where they're all drinking tea. So I don't know quite yet. I think off of the ones that I've seen though, probably Ukiora is probably my favorite actually. I don't feel like I really know who he is as a character because he's very like detached. I think on purpose. So I don't think I like his character, but his purely from a design standpoint. I think his design is cool. I have to be careful of episode 159's title. Okay, I won't look at it then. It'll be with, yeah, 158, so I'll use 158's title instead. Is it what's, oh no, wait, it just makes me nervous about what's happening then. Okay, hey Blair, hey AB, hey Ramiro, hello. Honestly, the Espada names are like ruining my brain because there's so many syllables and they're not in a language I know, and it's so hard for me to remember them. So I'm trying my best. But let's get into episode 156 because I really don't I feel like things are just going to get more and more intense, but at the same time, I want to see some cool fights. I feel like that's the issue with like every shonen fan, at least in my case. I'm like, I like cool fights. However, I get incredibly attached to characters. So I'm not even gonna try, guys. I'm not even gonna try and say his name. I can't do it. It's just, it took me, what, weeks to get even close to pronouncing Ukiyora's name correctly. And that is like 50% of the reason that I'm anywhere close is because Oscar sent me a like audio file on Discord that's like, this is how you say his name. So I'm not even gonna try with that name. Not gonna happen. Cool OSTs are coming. I already really love the OSTs in Bleach. All of the strings, like Spanish guitars and stuff. Love those. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink and then we're gonna get into episode 156. I'm so excited. Isn't Grimjo's last name just like Jagger Jack? But like more Spanish sounding? Okay, guys, you ready? I think I'm ready. I might not be ready. In three, two, one, go. Yeah, I was like Jagger Jack, isn't it? Because it's spelt a lot like Jacques in French. Gotta headbang my way through the opener. I'll be so sad when this opener goes. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I feel like maybe, I don't know, like on the Discord or something, I should just do like a music listening day or something. And I can just like be like, here are all of my favorite Japanese bands. Because I have so many. I listen to so much Japanese music. Hi, Javi. Just in time for us to start the episode. We're just jamming out to the opener. Oh, wait. I'm just, I'm gonna get Totoro because it's just my safety blanket, you know? Okay. Short reprieve for the previously on Bleach section. Aw. I never thought I'd miss an Arrancar this much, but I totally get why he's like a favorite. Oh, Blah Blah's okay. I mean, didn't Blah Blah last time we saw him try to eat Geen and it didn't end well in his favor? Ugh, this guy, though. You are not allowed to knock my boy around like that. Yes, this happened. Ugh. I still wonder if it actually is the two spirits though. Like it's part the hollow, part Kyan, or if it's just Kyan's body that they're using. Yeah, this part freaks me out. Is this why you guys were talking asking me about body horror before we got into these episodes? Cause ugh. Yes, with the stealing people's power thing and the giant octopus thing that happened. Come on, Ishida. You have speed. You're good at moving really fast. You got this. I believe in you. Yeah, we saw him use his like bow as a shield, which is something that I haven't really seen him do before. Come on, Ishida. Aww. Aww. Don't be scared. Hi, Seta. We're not doing this, are we? Yes, very sneaky. Yes, Seta. Might as well kill some time with us. Oh, Heshe. Of course he does. Ishida knows things. That's not the right jump. And that's not how those events line up. Oh, graceful. I love when they're like arguing about clothes. Good morning, Hagosha. These two together are a complete mess. But like also oddly a good pair up. Like I feel like they have some similarities in their personality. So dramatic. The orange, pointy haired Soul Reaper. Yes, that is Ichigo. Ooh. Oh, poor sweetie. I don't know. Maybe it's a useful thing. Used the right way. Very anticlimactic. Ishida's face. He's like, I am so done with this. Oof. Always lands on his head. I mean, if you don't, like, Ishida will. But I see that you're trying to be noble, so go for it. Yeah, I'm like, if it's slippery that you can't land well, though. Yeah. Ooh. Ow. Me too, Ishida. I don't want to, but it's a very undignified way to fall off the pillar. Everyone talking about her makeup. I think it's more like Hisoka, his makeup, than Harley Quinn's. Because Harley Quinn doesn't really have the teardrops in her makeup. She usually has the diamonds for her makeup. Ooh, we're getting to see her release form. Inkling. Her release form's a little bit intimidating, isn't it? It's almost like a harpy, which is interesting. First healing drool and then infinite slick. There's a lot of like weird bodily fluids. Okay, so she's specifically supposed to be linked with a bird, a swallow bird. Interesting though. But like a harpy is like part like human, part bird. So sounds like the dentist. Ugh. Doesn't everyone hate the dentist? Maybe it's the point though. She's like a villain. Ugh. Gonna have to try something else. What are we trying here, Ishida? You know it won't work, so what's the plan? Okay, maybe he's using it to let him run away. She's like, yeah, okay. They're both trying to like protect each other. That's cute. Gonna have to find a way to work together, guys. Oh, Teshe. Uh-oh. I thought you couldn't run out. Like it's just like, yes, it was a lie. Like, uh-oh. Oh, poor darling. I think most of this is just them arguing with each other and like ignoring the Arrancar. Mm, not exactly. Quincy thinks. Telling you, you guys gotta learn to work together. Help each other out. It's a very intimidating power. What was that supposed to accomplish? Oh. Oh, it was just all in his head. He wants to be really cool and brave. Oh no. To get him out of the way. Yes, do the strategic thinking that you're good at. You can figure this out. What are we doing? One of his item things that he uses. Excuse me? What are we doing? That's a cool ability we got going on. Does he have a lightsaber? Because that's cool. Are you telling me that Ishida is a Jedi now? Because I love that. It's totally a lightsaber. Am I crazy? It's an energy sword. That's a lightsaber. My like Star Wars nerd got like really hype about that. I'm assuming there's like a limit to it because it's probably like spirit pressure of some kind that's like helping power it. So it's not exactly the same as a lightsaber, but yeah, Jedi Ishida. I mean, I just wouldn't have expected to see something that was like that. I don't know, that like closely connected to a sci-fi in this show, but I love Star Wars, so I love any connection to it. What happened to Quincy's not using swords? I mean, it's not really a sword. It's like a concentrated beam of energy. So, loophole. Like how he was allowed to help Ichigo because Ichigo's not technically a Soul Reaper, so he's allowed. Ooh, are we gonna see some of Sado's fight in the next episode? Because we focused a lot on Ishida that time. Yeah, we didn't go back into the whole him turning into a giant octopus monster thing. Just Geen being a troll like he does. Ishida's the white side instead of the dark side. I mean, the thing though is in Bleach, usually they flip it, right? So I find it interesting that the Quincy's have like white as their color of clothing because we've seen that like the Arrancar, like they have white clothing and then like the Soul Reapers have like black clothing. And I feel like maybe the white is just like representative of being like the opposite of Soul Reapers because we know that Quincy's obviously have a not great relationship, to put it lightly, with Soul Reapers and the Soul Society and stuff like that. So I wonder if like the white is a conscious choice to be like opposing Soul Reapers. It'd be interesting to kind of see where that goes. It makes his dad Darth Vader. I mean, Darth Vader was like kind of an awful person and like abandoned his child and stuff like that, but he didn't stay evil. So, I don't think uh Ishida's like I don't know, because Ishida's like well trained from like childhood, whereas like Luke had to like learn really later on. So I don't know if there's like a good comparison with that one. Oscar, you can post the link if you want. If people want to join the Discord, it is down in the description. So Oscar, you can use that one if you want to post it. So if anyone wants to join the Discord, Quincy Strikes Back. Please tell me there's like fan art of Ishida as a like in a Jedi uniform, and if not, someone needs to make it because that would be amazing. Yeah, we do have a Senna just like Memories of Nobody. That's a Bleach film. We watched it on Discord. I couldn't post it on. Oh, I was gonna do it on YouTube, but it didn't work out, so we did it just on Discord. I'm becoming very observant. It's because I have my brainy specs on. My glasses give me powers, right? I am going to pin Oscar's message because he posted the link to Discord. So if you guys want to join Discord, you can click the link. Especially since I'm gonna be posting probably later today. I'm gonna be um posting a poll about what film we're gonna watch because I want to do another film watch along with you guys this weekend maybe, and then it'll be just like a fun thing that we can do. It won't be one of the Bleach films because uh part of that is like I don't think I'm ahead, like I'm far enough to watch the other like animated ones, and then the live action one, I have collab plans to make for that. So we won't be watching a Bleach movie, but there's some other films that have been suggested to me that are like just one-off kind of films. So hopefully we can watch a film together and that'll be a lot of fun. So just join the Discord so you can vote on things and just join the madness that is my Discord server. What if Soul Reapers are the bad guys and Aizen is the good guy? I mean, I bet from Aizen's perspective he is. I bet from his side of things, he is the good guy in this context. I mean, I feel like really the color, we talked about this a little bit last reaction, like on Friday when I was doing it, because I was like, there's such an interesting contrast with the outfits and like the like the way that Bleach just refuses to like have like black and white in the traditional sense. So I feel like it's really just like a visual marker of like not letting appearances or like surface image defined define who someone is, like whether they're good or they're bad or whatever. So I don't think it's like Soul Reapers are the bad guys and Aizen is the good guy necessarily. I feel like it's about there being a lot of unknowns because we know that some Soul Reapers aren't great people and some of them are, and we know that some of the Arrancar are nice people like Nell and Pesci and you know all of these Dom Panini we saw a little bit of, who people, people who are like, they're Arrancars, but they're not necessarily bad guys. So I feel like it's just playing off of, you know, going against expectations. A quick Google search shows that there's no Ishida Jedi art. I gotta get on that then. I gotta draw Ishida as a Jedi. Masked Void, hello! I know some people were late showing up, but that's okay. You can always come back and watch it, or you could get the next episode with us. I know for you guys, you've like seen Bleach before, so it's not so much that you need to like watch in order the way that I do. Okay, so I can watch the second film now and not have anything spoiled. I feel like mostly they're like independent stories, and the spoil part is like power set. Maybe some characters, like characters that are going to be introduced later. Yeah, I agree, VR games. There's not really like good guys and bad guys in like the classic sense. So, but I guess if I can watch the second film, I just feel like if I put a Bleach film, it'll win the poll. And I'm like, we watched a Bleach film last time, so maybe we'll watch something different. I kind of want to watch something that's kind of like a standalone film. So I had a few of them suggested to me in the video I posted yesterday, which kind of scares me because we were talking about like horror anime. Like that video was just me like taking some of the conversation about horror anime. So I'm like kind of scared, but like also I've wanted to watch like Perfect Blue and Paprika for a while and I just haven't watched them. So we'll see. That's true. AB. I don't know if Aizen cares if he's good or evil. or if people like him or don't like him. I feel like if he needs someone to like him in order to manipulate them, then he cares. But if he can get away with like not having to like play to someone's emotions, then I don't know if he would. So with the second film, fan art. Yeah, no, thank you, Hagosha. I didn't know where I was in the films. I knew that someone said like there wouldn't be any spoilers for the live action film because I think it's just the first arc that the live action film deals with. So I'm not really sure when the films kind of land because I'm afraid to look stuff up because I don't want to I don't want to get spoiled on things or like see even just like the poster art and be like see characters that have like different forms or costumes or whatever. So watch Grand Blue after I'm done Ergo. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna watch after Ergo. There's so many good shows that I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I'll let you guys decide closer. I'm not sure if I want to do something that's like action y or if I want to go the route of like comedy. Like I know Grand Blue's like a like not a shonen, so I haven't decided yet. I'm like I'm kind of on the fence because like I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but I've seen some of it, but people keep asking me to react to it, and I'm like I've seen parts of it. So like the first few videos that I would do of reactions would be like rewatching. And I don't know if people would like that, but I'm like, I don't want to sit down and just watch it because I'm like, but what if people are okay with that? And then I could do reactions on it. Being a reactor is hard sometimes. Choosing stuff is hard. Um, you're avoiding my Discord for that. Senna, we have spoiler content is in either the spoiler channel or in the like specific Bleach discussion. So we don't talk about spoilers in the main chat. Um, so you can go to the main chat. You can enjoy the cute animal pictures that we share if you want to, or you can just be there for like announcements if you just want to see like when I'm posting stuff or like to vote on stuff. So I try to keep spoilers in certain parts. Like I don't look at the spoiler channel obviously. I try not to look at I don't look at the Bleach discussion channel because I want you guys to be able to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, but the people on my Discord are amazing about not letting spoilers be in the main part so I don't see them. So, you shouldn't have a problem with that. Right, like the one time I got kicked out of class for almost punching someone. No. That was a long time ago. Yes, I have to watch Vinland Saga too. I really want to watch Vinland Saga. It looks so good. I wanted to watch it for a while, like even before I started my channel. I wanted to watch it, and I just didn't find the time. How do I think it'll be to watch Bleach episodes week to week? I'm gonna go through such withdrawals because Bleach has awful cliffhangers, and I watch 2 episodes at a time, and I can watch it multiple times a week. So it's a lot for me to handle, I think, once it's like week to week. I usually don't watch anime as it airs. I usually like I'll wait a couple of weeks and then I'll watch like 4 episodes in a row and then I'll wait and watch it. Like, and those are only for like sequels to stuff I've already watched. I usually wait for like the first season to be done and then I go back and I watch like the whole thing. So it's gonna be weird to watch Bleach like 1 episode a week. I don't know how I'll deal with the withdrawals of it. I'm just chilling in the food channel. I don't really go to the food channel. I'm not a food person. So, okay, let's watch episode 157. I feel like it's starting to derail our conversation. So let's watch the next episode. Because it looks like my sweet boy Sado is gonna be fighting. Well, he's kind of been fighting in the background, but it looks like we're actually gonna get to see him, which you know I love. Senna Bleach isn't back yet. It's gonna be back probably like I think as far as I know, it's like the very, very end of December. There's gonna be something, and then it's gonna be like the winter season. New stuff's gonna come out. So like at the start of 2022. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be either because I haven't like investigated it because obviously I don't know how the main story ends. So me looking up anything like a trailer or anything about it would spoil stuff for me, but I'll get to look into all of the stuff once we get to like the end of the main arc. So you guys keep saying like specific episodes. I'm like nervous now about episode 159 that I'm like not allowed to look at the title of because it'll spoil me, but okay. Let's watch episode 157 in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I'm nervous. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'll be like emotional because it's Sato's fight, but everybody's talking about the like 1,000 year blood war, and I'm like, I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I don't know how Bleach will end. Is the like the manga done? Because I know that like I don't know. I don't actually don't know. I was gonna say something, and I'm like, I actually don't know anything about the manga. Will it ever end? Maybe it's like the writer of One Piece, and it'll just continue forever. Okay. I'm really worried about Rukia. I was thinking about this too, like with the whole like seeing Eren Ero Ere as like the like octopus thing that like fits into like the biblical stuff we were talking about at the in the last reaction I did because like biblical angels have like two forms. They have like a really like scary like monster form, and then they have like the form that they go and see humans with. So it was like interesting connection. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Hagosha, where it was like I knew that it had like ended the manga, but then it came back. Um, so I don't know if it's like really ended. Hi, Grammy. Rikia versus Blob. It's a little more intimidating. Episode 159 has a big moment. That just makes me so excited to get to that episode. That'll be like next reaction, you guys. Am I ready? Yeah, Hogosha, I heard that like um Kubo had like health issues. So, because like didn't that affect some of the Thousand Year Blood War writing? Like him being able to get the chapters out at the right pace because he was sick. So, I didn't know whether he was like gonna actually continue the manga or not. Okay, Jedi, Jedi Ishida. Oh, we stole it? It's the only bladed Quincy weapon. So Quincy's do use swords, just usually they don't. He stole it. He's just trying to be proper about it. Oh, Pesce. She doesn't look happy about it. Oh dear. She's antagonizing him. He found a loophole. Technically, he's not a Soul Reaper. Well, he's not Soul Society, I guess. Ooh, sneak attack. The commentary. She's Hisoka's sister. She's a little bit too sane, I think, to be Hisoka's sister. How can you tell that by eye? Especially since you have glasses. I can't see stuff like that with my glasses. Maybe it's just him having his special Quincy powers. And we know, like, Ishida is very observant in general. New tactic? Some super glasses. Maybe they are. Really? So she gave up some of her power? That seems like a bad decision for long-term foresight. Um, excuse me? Okay, I take back the whole like she might be a little too sane thing because she seems a little bit rash. She had like those shaky eyes before. Come on, Ishida, you're a Jedi now. Use the Force. He's holding his own pretty well, though. Ooh, managed to damage it anyway. Uh-oh. That's right. I always forget that he could do this. It's not? Oh, dang. Is that why it had the little like loop at the end? That's pretty cool, actually. Oof. Yeah, a lightsaber arrow is pretty cool, though. Is that really necessary? You could just put it back. Just show it off a little bit. Wow, you aimed for the soul chain? Is it the hitman again? Oh dear. It is. Sad though. Yeah. I think if Ishida had known what was about to happen, he would have killed her instead. Well, I don't like you. Oscar, I'd shave him. Just shave his head. That would be how I take my revenge. That's right. He's not a pushover. He's got this. Ooh. Look at him landing like a superhero, though. Ooh. You didn't need to kick him in the head. He's determined. Yeah, he can't die. He's got things to do. He's got friends to help. Ooh. It's always a question of who's gonna drop first, isn't it? Ooh. Ooh. That's just backhanded him. Look at him acting all cool. Come on, you got this. I believe in you. Well, that's more than two hits. AB, it's a JoJo fight. It does have some JoJo vibes, doesn't it? Yeah, he definitely skipped a few counting. He just sort of like, he was like, oh, those, and then like skipped to 100 really fast. That's right. His power's been doing something weird recently. Oh, dang. Look at him having new powers. I was just talking about how I was like, I want to see his powers like evolve and see what happens with them. That's exciting. Are we gonna stick with his fight then in the next episode and kind of see what's gonna happen with the new power set? I'm really interested in Sato's powers because I feel like we really haven't explored them. Like we know that it's not like a conventional power like a Soul Reaper or Quincy or even like a Hollow or whatever, that people are kind of confused by his power. So I'm interested to kind of see how it develops and like how he figures it out because there's not really anyone around who could teach him how to use it. Thoughts on like the Ender, like the OST? I feel like the saga's too chill for me, especially since it has like images of them all being like together and like relatively happy and stuff. And I'm like, I feel like there will be sadness. There will be sadness as I continue with this arc. We are gonna see more of his power. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember. Yeah, you tell them. Where's Frax? Fract? I don't know where she is. Uh, or they are. Pardon me. They are they usually in the live stream? I don't think they are. I think there's a time difference. So they're not at the in the live streams. They usually show up later and they like watch the reaction. Senna, do I am I bringing you into the fan club? My Sado fan club? I hope I do. I love him so much. Ever since like episode 3. He kind of scared me the first time we saw him because he was just like this giant figure in like the background of a scene. But then he was so sweet. Javi putting up with our awful Spanish skills. Sadness comes from unexpected places. Masked Void, why would you say that to me? I'm like so worried anyway. I'm worried about the next reaction I'm gonna do because y'all are talking about episode 159 and then like episodes in the 60s that are gonna be intense. I'm excited for Sato's fight, like to properly see and like see him like going all out. Yeah, I think Sato is underrated. I love him, but I don't think I've encountered anyone else who like feels the same way. Not that I know a lot of people who have seen Bleach, but I usually pick out kind of not conventional favorite characters. I usually have kind of weird taste in favorite characters, but he is a big teddy bear. I don't think he really knows what to do when people are like even slightly affectionate towards him though. I think he doesn't know what to look like what to do with people's attention being on him. I did I look pained? I felt really like clenched up. I was like I don't like when people are mean to him. He's such a sweetheart. Yay, Sando fan club. Yeah, we should get t-shirts. Should get like a sign or something to represent my boy. Oh, I'm excited to kind of see where his power is gonna go though, because I feel like I can't remember when I was talking about it, but at some point I was talking about how I felt like Sedo's power was gonna evolve, like it was gonna become more because they talk about it being like kind of armor, right? And I'm like, it doesn't make any sense for it to be something that's like just on his right arm. And the fact that now it's like starting to evolve and like it's like more like a shield now, and like I feel like the ability is gonna like spread because I'm like, why would you have one arm with armor when you could have like a full body of armor? So I'm like, I feel, but I also like know from you guys talking about it that he's like not, he becomes like less of a big deal. Like he becomes less of an important character throughout the show, which makes me feel like maybe he won't get as much development. As long as we're not toxic, we won't be toxic fan club. We'll be strictly compassionate and supportive of our Sado. I mean, I feel like it's not as bad as like shipping like shippers because shippers can be like a little bit intense, whereas I'm just like here to be proud of Sado. I'm just here to support him and tell him he's doing a good job because he's so hard on himself. And I just want him to know that he's doing his best and that's okay. Yeah, I felt bad for the Arrancar too. Like you could see like how frightened she was. Like the way that they animated her when like the masked hitman showed up. Like she looked legitimately terrified, which like is such like a sorry, there's like a sinister undertone to like what's going on. The fact that like Arncars are like killing off each other. So there's a lot of like competition in the like Arrancar culture. Would I hate if I see Sendo become a hollow? I mean, if he became a hollow, he's still like human. So it would be a lot like with Ichigo and like Visored and stuff. So like he can be like a nice part hollow and have some cool powers. I feel like if he came purely a hollow, like if he well he would have to die first. And that would mess me up. And then he's like his soul would have to become a hollow, which would just be awful. I don't know if I could deal with that. I get really emotional when like get killed off. Like Orahime's brother, he was like already dead and a ghost slash hollow. And I like legitimately almost cried. I didn't even know Orihime well. Sado should be on Aizen's side? I don't think he would. Because Sado's big thing is like loyalty and he likes his friends to be loyal to him. And like that's why like Ichigo is like they're both very like loyal and protective people. So I and then Aizen isn't. Like Aizen isn't a very like it just doesn't he doesn't have that like emotional connection. Like if Sado's not useful to him, he doesn't need him. So I don't think that Sado would want to be on Aizen's side or enjoy being on Aizen's side, especially since like the other Arrancar like aren't very loyal to each other either. And like they don't like help each other out that much because there's so much competition. So I feel like it just wouldn't he wouldn't like being a part of that. Oscar, stop trolling. Don't bring Hanataro into this. Well, Senum, shipper not all shippers are toxic. Let's be clear on that. Some shippers are just like they're just fans. They just like the relationship or implied relationship between two characters and they just like enjoy I don't know like the dynamic between those two characters and they want to like share that with a group of like-minded people. So I don't think all shippers are toxic, but I mean it's the same with like any fan of like any character. Like I'm sure that there are people who are like fans of a specific character that can also be awful and they're not shippers, but they can also be awful people. Or just like fans of a specific show. Like I think there are toxic people in like every fandom, every like facet of it because being a fan of something means that you're like very emotionally invested in something and some people just like don't have a healthy way of like dealing with that kind of emotional intensity. So, Some shippers are quite nice, but not the one Ichiruki fan that kept going into my Discord. Yeah, true, AB. I don't think being a hollow is I feel like ideally, you know, Seto would not have any kind of hollow connection or ability. Same with Ichigo. I bet Ichigo's life would be way easier if he did not have the hollowness in him. But there are like better outcomes than like fully becoming a hollow because you like refused to pass on once you were a soul and then like getting corrupted and stuff. I know, Oscar. I'm not gonna look at the title for episode 159. I promise. I promise. I won't look at it so that I don't get spoiled for anything. Ishida does steal a remarkable amount. He's, for someone who's always like, these are the rules and we have to follow them, he's been a bit of a rebel in the last couple of arcs of just like breaking rules and stealing things and going against people's wishes to do his own thing. I kind of think that that's good like character development though, that he's like he's confident in like his own understanding of his own path, that he's like not letting other people dictate what he can and cannot do, but he's still like on like a foundational level like a good person, so it works out for him as opposed to like it might get out of control if he has some like less than benevolent uh motivations for doing something, but for the moment his intentions are good. So, and I think that there are a lot of like I don't know, outdated systems that he's trying to break, like in terms of like how Quincy's have usually worked, how like soul societies usually worked, and like even Ichigo goes like against kind of the convention because he's like, well, why do we do it that way? Like obviously things are changing and people are like trying new things, and there's all this stuff with Aizen and the Arrancar and stuff like that is like stuff we've never dealt with before, so why are we sticking to like the old way of thinking, the old way of doing things if we're faced with new challenges that just like need to be dealt with in a new way. Yes, I remember that Hollows, I think like the first episode when I reacted to it, I compared them like the fact that they're designed to look like animals and stuff. Ishida does like to one-shot people, doesn't he? He likes to kind of play a little bit defensive, figure out someone's power, and find the weaknesses, find the chink in their armor, and then one-shot them, doesn't he? He's very like analytical in the way that he fights. So it kind of makes sense that he would that's kind of how he operates. How many races in Bleach? I have no idea. I guess it depends on like what distinguishes them. Because like is being a Soul Reaper a different race? Or is like does it still fall under human? Like Quincy. Is a Quincy a different race or is it just a subcategory of human? I don't know. I feel like there's some technicalities. Okay, so four, it'd be saying four, technically. So humans, Quincy's, hollows, and beasts. I don't know though. Do they count as different, like different race if it's a mixture, or is it still just one? There's probably lots of technicalities to this of like it really depends on like what you classify as like a specific race. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, what about Vizard? Like, is Vizard and like Arrancar still hollows, even though they have like Soul Reaper abilities? And then like, is Vizard are Vizards still Soul Reapers even if they have hollow abilities? It's kind of like with like animals, right? Where like if you have like cross breeding and stuff between different animals, like at what point is it its own like animal breed or whatever, and at what point is it just like a mix? It is complicated. Well, I have to go make lunch, guys. I am so hungry. I don't know if you guys could hear my stomach growling at some point during that, but I have to go make some lunch. I I feel like these episodes were like intense, maybe not quite. I feel like I was just like so emotionally invested in Orukia's story that like it felt more intense, even if like maybe from like an action standpoint it wasn't. But from what you guys have told me, it's about to like get real. So I'm excited and also like nervous about what's about to happen in it. And I can't look at the title like Oscar told me and I promised. So I won't really have an idea of what I'm getting into. Ooh, I'll also ask this before I leave. Should I get someone else to make a thumbnail for me then? Or should I like make a like dummy thumbnail so I like don't get any spoilers at all? Because if it's like really important for me to like avoid stuff, then I can just like pick like a generic picture for the thumbnail and I'll just like I'll change it after I've actually done the reaction. Yeah, like Yoruichi is like can turn into a cat and is also a soul reaper, so there's mixes all over the place. Well, I don't know if I'll get someone else to do the thumbnail. I think I'll just like put like a generic picture of like Ichigo or something. And it'll just be like a placeholder for the thumbnail until like I've actually watched it and then I'll go back and I'll like make an actual thumbnail for it for later so that I don't I've been thinking whether or not I should do that anyway for my reactions, but I feel like if you guys are like really like it's really important that I don't get any kind of spoiler for the next couple of episodes, then I will I will endeavor to avoid as much as possible about it. Okay, I will say bye because I really do have to go make food, and I will see you guys soon in the next video over on Discord if you want to come and join there. And I'll see you for, I guess, a very important episode next time for Bleach. So, bye bye. Bye, everybody.